Hello, good evening. I'm your host Rem Chem, and welcome to Rem's podcast. So, this evening I thought that I want to share a poem which I wrote a few years back, and I wrote the poem in Hindi language. So, I'm not sure if my listeners or if you can understand the language. So what I can do, I'm going to recite the poem in Hindi language first, in the language which I wrote it, and then I'm going to translate it for you in English language. And I hope that you'll like my poem. And let me just start. Alright. So the title or the name of my poem in Hindi language is Pagla, which means a mad person in English language. So let's just start. Here it goes. आज फिर यूं रात में आंखें नम, जैसे किसी ने फिर से दिए जख्म, नींदों का पलकों से कोई वास्ता नहीं, तुझे भूलूं मैं अब और कोई रास्ता नहीं। क्यों महसूस होती है आज भी तेरी कमी, वक्त ने क्यों ना भरी ये दूरी, तन्हा खामोशी में करता हूँ मैं खुद से तेरी ही बातें, पगला हूँ मैं। तेरे वजूद से लापता है मेरा अक्स, तुझसे कोई और वाकिफ है मेरे जैसा शख्स। मैं कैसे तोड़ूं तेरी यादों की जंजीरों को, तुझे भूला तो जैसे मैं भूला खुद को। तुझे याद ना करूं ये सोचा मैंने, कमबख्त तेरा ही नाम लब पे देखा मैंने। सच है तुझे याद नहीं हूं मैं, कभी तू सोचे मुझे तो बोले पगला हूं मैं। That is the poem in Hindi language, and now listen the translation to English language. Here it goes. Once again my eyes are filled with tears tonight, as if someone has reopened my wounds. There's no solace in the embrace of sleep. I can't forget you, there's no other path to keep. Why do I still feel your absence today? Why hasn't time lessened the distance in any way? Alone in the silence, I talk to myself. I've gone mad talking to you and nobody else. My reflection is intertwined with your existence. Does anyone else you know like I do in this instance? How can I break free from the chains of your memories? Forgetting you feels like losing a part of me. I thought I wouldn't remember you again, but damn, your name keeps lingering on my lips, my love. It's true, you don't cross my mind all the time, but when you do, I confess I go a little crazy with time. So that's the poem in English language. I hope you like it, and please do let me know if you want to hear more of my poems which I write. And if you like, I can also write poetry for you. You just have to give me the emotions or the topics on which you want me to write it. And for a fun fact, I have written more than 100 poems in Hindi language, which is my mother tongue. And I write poetry in English language also. What I can feel about writing poems, it's an expression of my emotions, as you can see. I am an introvert person, and when I was 12 or 13 years old, I started writing poetry. I was famous in my school for my poetry writing skills, and many of my friends asked me to write poetry for their beloveds, and I did write for them. And when I get sad or when I feel any emotion very strongly, I tend to write. And I do not think before writing any sort of poetry, because when you write anything, it just comes out of your heart. It's in a flow, so you do not have to think and then write. You just write, and then you can see sometimes I have written poem in my dreams and I do not remember it, and sometimes I just verbally write poems and as I'm doing in my day-to-day activities, and if I do not note it down, I will forget it later. So yeah. And how's your week going? And is there anything new in your life? I've been wondering what it likes to be the other side of the podcast, to be a listener. I want to know about the people who listens to my podcast. I know I do not have much of an audience right now, but I'm sure I will. And it's a quiet evening. The pandemic, or you can say the after effects of pandemic, Corona did a number of spells on us, on our lives. But what I can say, I do not know. So I think I'm going to end it. I know this is again a very short episode, but do let me know what are your views about it, and if you have any suggestions, I really like to hear. And thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Stay tuned. Bye bye.